Ready? Smile, Martha.
Okay.
Oops. I know. Don't do LinkedIn.
Didn't know. I think we're live though, and you're screwing around now.
Okay. Are we good though?
I think so. Good morning.
Right. LinkedIn doesn't like. Oh, hi everybody. How you guys been? How you been?
Been good.
I know how you been.
You gonna do our little intro?
I see you every day.
I see you every day too.
Every day.
We haven't seen you every day.
There you are. I never did do a new intro, but Let's do this. Good morning. We never did change the name either.
No, we didn't.
We talked about it and we didn't do it.
And we reviewed all the suggestions.
And all of them were very good.
They are. And we'll figure it out.
I guess.
All right. So
where
today, you been?
Well, I bought an RV, Martha.
You did?
I did.
I know. I was there.
So we took off this weekend.
Yeah.
Actually, Friday.
And
I'm doing a little work on Friday, which was good. So we got to help the client that was having a hard time finding a house. A house came on the market.
Yeah, that was fun.
So we were going north to Chama. The property was south in Los Lunas. And it was literally right when we were loading up the RV and all the kids and everything. And she messages me, hey, can we go look at this house? It was the perfect house. I knew it was the perfect house.
Yes.
So I loaded everybody up and we took the RV down to a showing in Los Lunas. It was the perfect house, made an offer, they got it. Happy story.
It is a happy story. A little random. It turned our 3-hour drive into 7.
We went to Chama via Los Lunas.
Yeah.
But we didn't take a picture though. We should have.
I mean,
pulling
that
up,
would have been funny. But that's okay.
28-foot motorhome. Today we are going to talk about
school started.
It did. So we got some tips on
tips on how to prepare your kids to go back to school virtually.
You know what's kind of funny about this? You're going over the list of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot like being self-employed.
Yes, it is.
And maybe that's why.
So if you're self-employed, stay tuned. Some of these tips might be good for you too. If you don't have kids going to school.
So that just tells me this is probably why I would not have done well with homeschool.
Yeah. Yeah. Good morning, Laura Lee.
Because it's interesting.
Yeah. And so, now their schedule's a little wonky because the boys have lives they have to do, live meets. And so we're going to have to be changing our schedule a little bit for this. But we're going to schedule them ahead of time. So when we're going to go live, you'll know. And that way, because I have to sit with the first grader on live, and we're a little concerned with 4 kids going live at the same time on their Google Meets that our internet might just crumble. So, we will let you guys know.
It's kind of funny though, watching the first day of this, I see the difference between this online school thing and like a homeschool thing.
Yes.
The homeschool, you do have the more flexibility. You do have the other. This online school, they're trying to make it school at home.
But it was adorable with like 18 first graders on a Google Meet yesterday.
How cute are they? Are they all like this?
They're adorable. And then their parents don't all know where the mute button is.
Do I look like a first grader?
No. Their parents don't know where the mute button is all the time. So some of these kids are just shouting out answers, but they're super cute. They talk and they say little things because she had them all test the mic so they know how to do it. And it was adorable.
Then we can't just pick on those parents because I've been on Zoom meetings and it's all people.
A lot of adults don't know how to hit the mute button.
The first 5 minutes,
you're hearing somebody making coffee.
Is yes, and you get the little warning. Look, we can see behind you as well.
Yes.
So let other people in the house know.
Which was one of the things that the teacher said.
Good morning, Mom.
That you should have a clear space with nobody behind you. We don't want siblings popping up in the chats.
But it's funny because we've seen that last year when they're doing their little videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
but
we have more tips than just how to do that on the live chats.
All right. So
for how to prepare your kids.
Shall we get started?
Yeah. Help your children learn from home.
Create a learning space for your child.
Yes. I've seen a lot of people making desks in their house. I saw a lady selling some spare furniture to turn a spare bedroom into a classroom. So I've seen a lot of people just trying to prepare a space for their kids to go to school.
Killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, killing it. So my one friend, you saw that. I showed you. She had all the desks in a row. She had the little alphabet up, the days of the week. I mean, it looked like a full-blown classroom.
I thought about doing the alphabet.
It was impressive.
But yeah.
We clear off a dining room table.
No, but I also have 4 kids that need 4 separate spaces. So we got 2 in bedrooms.
They got desks. It'll work out.
We have desks and it'll be fine.
So also with this is what reminded me a lot of like, being self-employed, because like when we're doing our most important things, what they say to do is build a bunker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean by that?
Seclude yourself so you don't have the distractions.
Yes. Because if we think about it, when they're at school, they're kind of in a bunker. They can't just get up.
They can't just do whatever they want.
They just can't get up and go to the bathroom.
No.
You can't get up and go get snacks from the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got that time frame there that you've got to be pretty focused.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, creating that habit in that bunker, I think we're going to have a lot better success.
Yes.
And that's our concern with Chloe, is that she wants to be a free range chicken. And I don't know if that's going to work well.
Yes.
We'll see.
We'll see. So yeah, that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to make a schedule and stick to it, because we're creatures of habit and the kids are so used to school scheduling with a bell telling them when to go to the next thing. They
crave it. They may give pushback on it, but they do better with the schedule. We all do.
So they, if your kid's not a real starter in the morning, you may need a little bit more push. Older kids, maybe they can start a little later because that's better for their brain.
And I know that article you read says that. I disagree with that though. I say do it in the morning, period. It's just like, because what happens, that's not going to be their favorite thing to do.
No.
Right? So it's just going to keep getting pushed back. So they say the first thing in the morning, eat a frog, right? First thing in the morning. Everything else in your day is going to be easy.
Okay.
You get that out of the way immediately. So I would disagree with that one tip. I'd say do it in the morning, especially if you got multiple sibs.
Well, if they're all, this is school time.
Yeah. So the other kids are outside playing or video games or whatever, and the other kid will go to do my schoolwork. It ain't going to happen. Yeah. In the morning.
And they do need to take some breaks. They call them brain breaks, which they're actually built into our school schedule.
That's kind of nice.
Get up, move around, dance, do something. Get away from the.
And that's another thing. They tell us to color code our stuff as well.
Reduce distractions.
I was distracted. I'm so sorry.
Like video games and TVs and whatever your kid's distracted by. The refrigerator. One of our kids snacked a lot yesterday doing the online stuff.
He was stressed a little.
He was a little stressed, and I'll give him the day, but no more. Okay. Use a calendar and color code it.
What do you mean by color code it, Martha?
So maybe you could color code it by child if you have multiple children. Or you could color code like reading is blue, math is in red, so they kind of know. Help them break down steps to bigger projects.
They actually, our kids, I'll speak for my kids, all kids are different, but they seem to like to know what's coming up next.
Yes.
They like to know when their break is. They like to know when lunch is. It's important to them to be on track. People are the same.
Yeah, that's the one frustration I'm seeing. Because both boys are elementary school and they have a pretty tight schedule if you follow, and they have different lunch times.
Oh.
So
we have to change it a little bit.
I might have to tweak that part, but.
Absolutely.
Because we don't want different lunch times.
Out there, I see a few of you out there. Give us some tips on teaching from home.
Things that you might think of.
We want to call it.
Okay. Get plenty of exercise. Obviously a given. Get outside, take a walk, go kick a ball, find some little family exercise video, something.
We forget they're moving around quite a bit at school, honestly.
Well, yeah. And they have a recess.
And then, even the kids between classes, they're walking to another class.
Yeah.
So if nothing else, you got a 5-minute walk right there. Mm-hmm. They're doing something. At the house, it's easy just to
sit.
They'll do that, and then they'll grab their phone and play for 20 minutes and that's probably not the best break. So the chiropractor I'm going to, he brought up an interesting point. Oh. Right. So like when the kids are at school, they're looking up a lot more than they are when they're homeschooling. So now we're getting a lot more of this.
Oh.
So a lot of the pains and a lot of the bad habits that adults have from working on computers, the kids might start developing them.
Oh, that's true.
So what he suggested was, in break time, have them start doing stretches. Just even looking around. Just to make sure we don't get this bad posture like that.
That's a good idea.
Because we don't have stand-up desks for the kids.
No.
We're doing this thing. I thought that was actually a great tip.
Good. I like that tip.
I thought you would. That's why I shared it. I think you'd like it.
That was a nice one.
See, that's a little add-on there. That was free, babe. That's a free tip.
Next one we're charged. Okay. See which accessibility features help your child. Some kids do really well with like closed captioning or the read the text or the having like Chloe yesterday. She had a thing she had to read and she had the computer read it to her, but she didn't like the lady's voice. So she read it to herself, I guess. So, but that kind of helps.
Was it a fake British accent?
I don't know. She didn't let me.
Because that is annoying though.
But there is a read aloud application that kids can do that can maybe help readers that aren't strong get through things. Not if it's a reading assignment. But
no, that's a good idea because we still have closed captioning on the stuff we watch. Mainly because our house is so loud. But
the closed captioning is kind of cool because you do read along. And the pediatrician had said that all along. Put the closed captioning on your TV. Get your kid used to seeing words.
Maybe we're better readers for it.
Maybe.
Reach out to your child's teacher.
Yes, if you are doing a virtual learning, make sure you have communication with your kids' teachers. That way, if you have issues, you can ask for help. They are a little more well-suited than most of us.
Well, and I liked it. So Chloe had a quiz yesterday.
Yeah, she's got to get a hold of a teacher.
Well, she failed the quiz twice, and now it says, okay, you got to talk to a teacher.
Well, it has to be reset by somebody, I think.
Well, they got to figure out what's going on. Why did she fail the quiz twice?
I think she didn't read it well.
Well, obviously she didn't read it well.
So, yes. Look for ways to remove learning barriers. So, what kind of help can you get for kids that struggle with reading? Or, is there an option if your kid doesn't write really well that maybe they can do a video reply to some things?
And even like this, how do they learn?
Yeah.
Do they like the auditory? Are they more visual?
Yeah. Is there a way teachers are giving your kids options for
Are they
taking
easily
notes
distracted? Do we need a better bunker for the kid?
Yeah. And teachers might have some other ideas on how to do that.
This was fun. We did this yesterday.
Yes. Reflect on last year.
Heated discussion kind of way.
Yeah. It was the day before yesterday, but yeah.
Well, yes.
We did that this week.
So all right, because we all did this a little bit last year. What worked? What didn't work? Evaluate it. And I think it's fair to ask the kids, well, what worked and what didn't work?
For them.
Yeah, because going through that, Chloe actually chose the Cyber Academy over the live thing just because she didn't think last year they went well with it.
Yeah.
And I think the real reason is she's got a little buddy who's
doing
in the same
thing,
which I'm happy with that. So at least she's got a friend. And they're coming over today, to work on a history class together or whatever.
Chemistry.
But I like that. So that might be another one of the barriers. What things can we set up where they can maybe just be with their friend, even if it's on Zoom, to work on a project?
Yes.
Because that's going to be one of the biggest differences is we don't have that same social interaction.
You just jumped right ahead.
What, is that one of the next things?
Yeah, it's the next one.
Set up more social. It's okay. We can just roll.
So because like a big aspect of school is the socializing. And
yes.
It's one of the things that I think is important for kids.
And I guess socializing with their dad.
Not the same as socializing with their friends.
I thought would be better, but obviously according to Alexis, it's not.
No?
No. Well, not even close.
She has some friends. I don't know. I think she does have some friends doing the same stuff as her. She had some friends.
So we need to encourage her to do the same.
And maybe, if their parents aren't keen on them getting together physically, they can Zoom.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Facebook chat or something. So, yeah. Social opportunities, very important for children.
Make time for reading and math practice.
Yes.
God, this is so like business.
It is.
I got to make time for prospecting.
Do you make time for reading and math?
Well, it'd be script, wouldn't it?
Do you take time for math?
Math? That's actually one of the projects I have for my coach. We got to know our numbers, Martha.
Some video thing popped up on how to learn all your math facts in like 30 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, I'm tempted to click on it. But I feel like you're going to sell me something.
You don't know them?
Well, I have kids that need to learn it. So.
All right, Martha, talk about the last thing here.
The passion project?
What do you mean by this?
That's not the last thing, but that's okay.
It's the last thing you put on here.
Okay. I guess I skipped one. Anyway, passion project. We didn't do them in high school, but a lot of high schools do a passion project. Did you do one?
Yes, and we talked about that.
Yes.
And I had no passion, so I had to create a passion of playing saxophone. It was horrible.
So passion projects may look a little different this year if kids are required, but you could do it on your own as a special extra thing. And there's like volunteermatch.org or dosomething.org where kids can organize some volunteer work themselves and possibly do that virtually instead of physically being there. And it gives them a little bit something extra to do that's actually helpful for people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
The final bonus one was keeping the lines of communication open. I think as parents, we forget how social our kids are and that we need to let them know that it's okay to come to us if they're concerned, if they're scared about something, if they're upset about some way some class is going or anything, that we let them know they can talk to us.
Agreed. And then back on the passion thing, it doesn't have to be even a charitable type thing.
No.
Zach has gotten into clay and he's just kind of making things for fun.
They were saying build a website, start a YouTube channel.
Do something else that gets you excited.
Allie draws a lot.
She does. So maybe we need to have her share that or do something a little bit larger.
Well, they're saying publish some artwork or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. That was a lot. I feel like we info dumped on people today.
Do you?
Yeah, a little bit, but there's a lot of information. I think those were great tips. If you guys want a list of those tips, go ahead and DM us. We'd be more than happy to send you a list of all that. And this week, we got the housing numbers came out.
Yeah.
Holy cow. That's all
Big
I'm going to
month?
say. Holy cow. Holy
cow.
Holy cow. We'll talk about those Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout.
And we'll schedule it in advance.
Absolutely.
When we know our schedule.
Yeah, we've been a little sporadic with school starting and the RV. I love the RV.
You're crazy.
You're crazy.
So, yeah, I guess that's it for today. Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll
Happy
talk to you
Wednesday.
later. Bye.